Alright, so we made one change yesterday, Em. It's nothing big, but you are swirl green for Jormag. So is this the green that goes around heart?
It's the one that's on square.
Okay,
So he's doing the same thing.
Okay, so M, you're doing the same thing. And so the main change was Lanius doing the other green. So
Yep.
we did make it to Zaitan once yesterday. We didn't actually make it any reasonably far, but this getting greens all good to go will translate into Zaitan as you are doing the same side green on Zaitan as you do on Jormag. So you are swirl. So the main thing that you have to do for Zaitan is do whatever your initial burst is, and then you run to swirl for your Zaitan. And then you will portal for your second green. It's just the first one is running. Since you are a Alacrona, I put you on the green that is easier to get back to group. If you have any ability of like getting there in a straight line, or maybe you can do a sword 3 if you get good RNG, or it's just a lot simpler to get back on group. And your wells are going to be in range easier. So that's the main thing. So Zaitan begins, do whatever burst, and then you run to swirl. You run back, and then you do portal for the second green. That all makes sense?
I don't know if you've done greens during Zaitan before, but they start really quickly after giants. Like they'll still be alive when the greens start.
Mm-hmm.
So if they start moving pretty quickly, you can like backpedal while attacking or something if you need.
Yeah. Otherwise, there really shouldn't be anything different for Zaitan. It's honestly pretty chill. And then for everyone, for Morgemoth, we are going to be safe. As so, like, no trying things, no seeing if this or that works until somebody fucks up. If somebody makes a mistake and dies, then for all future waves, you are more than welcome to try things to see if you can get it. Like, maybe you can do an Axe 5 in between, like, a specific wave, or Blades 4 and Dragon Trigger, so on and so forth. But we start off with safe, and we will do triple wave if that is what our damage turns out to be. Any questions or concerns?
Ready, check.
Alright. Probably run into one more issue on Zaitan, but I would like us to get there before we address it. Did you Dragon Slash to an accident or something?
Ready, check.
Oh, okay. Are you... Is that the first time I ever died at Dragon Spike Mine? My bad, GG. I don't think I've ever died at Dragon Spike Mine on HTcm before.
I don't know. I had the delayed cast. It happens like 1 time in 50 or something. But for some reason, Hammer 3 just takes forever to cast. And it's...
Ready check.
Just like stopped and posed with the hammer above my head.
Oh, what? No, good luck, I guess. I love early void pulls for some reason.
We lost like 4 seconds off the DPS check, I'm guessing.
Ready check.
Something like that was a lot. me. I'm not sure.
That was really close.
It was. Okay. That void though.
Oh.
One down, alright. Or by light. Alright, remember safety. So somebody fucks up. Then you can try this. I'll just put it away from us. I'll go to X. Oh shit. I really shouldn't have tried my thing first.
So I just confirmed distortion definitely doesn't. It protects you from the debilitated.
Oh. I was dealing with the dog. Surprised he actually got the Zaitan. Good job, but you can GG. Distortion doesn't work on waves, you said?
It does work on waves, and it protects you from debilitated. So if you time it right, you can do an entire set of waves without moving. Like you just stand and hit all 3 waves.
Huh.
Or if you get kicked, you can hit distortion as you hit the ground, and you don't have to worry about the waves.
Depends if you're in sword or if you're in right sword, I think.
Yeah, there's certain times where I think it'd be okay, but like I'd rather have it for emergencies. It's just good to know that you can do it safely.
You don't get CCD though. Probably.
Yeah, but if you get kicked, then you're on the ground, like you can't jump.
But so you need to jump still?
No, if you have distortion, you don't need to jump. So if you get kicked and you're like face down on the ground, you can just hit distortion.
Oh, okay. Right.
Sorry, no, it's fine. One along. Not sure if I'll like. I was trying to get that devour down. One of my dragon shoulders kept behind me. Oh, I didn't have mine.
Didn't go.
It's one of our. Well, may as well just die there.
What began as void shall return to it.
Ready check.
Don't worry about it. No, I didn't want to hit. I'm down.
What's
And now, kill your things.
Ready check.
Had to have been close. Unless somebody took a portal too late.
Nah, I think it's miss.
Yeah, always wait till after the sound before leaving the green.
Ready check.
Because the effect disappears before it goes off.
We have our greens, yep.
Ready check.
Almost died there. Well, I did it. Three, two, one. Damage should still be fine.
Let's watch the last lap of this one.
It's actually both.
Where's that one going?
I'm gonna chill about you. Nope. So since damage is just really like too high on Timecaster, do you just want to send one extra person for counter push, just for safety and like faster counter pushing? Cool. So you can go counter Twinkle. All you're doing is killing ads, and when the orb gets to you, you push it back. Avert should make the counter push really fast. Like our
Ready, check.
damage is, we kill Timecaster by the time the heart fucking spawns. Like it's really high. Yeah. Yeah, we can easily afford it.
Sick. Wasn't you with the look?
We got a lot of ammo. You got it.
Yeah, I did. Somebody was dying.
3, 2, 1.
Been
So
happening a lot more consistently.
Somebody was on like 10% health, so I unstealthed the hill.
Yeah. When did we phase last time?
Like we have only phased after the chomp has started.
Yeah, what was our pull that we actually got to like Rocket Torque or whatever in before this one? When did we phase Dormac?
What if it's Jormac? I think it's based on when we phased Primordius the pull before.
As it's just every time we go past Primordius and we're phasing during chomp.
It's seemingly not every time. It's like a specific timing, but it happens way more consistently if we beat Primordius the pull before.
Didn't we phase Primordius like just barely?
Yeah, that one was it wasn't the one that was like ridiculously close, but it was still pretty close. I think the ones where it hasn't happened are the ones where we phased earlier.
Okay.
So we might just need to up damage a little bit and then we won't see it anymore, but I don't
Ready,
know.
check.
Okay, so if we have a very close Primordius pull, we'll just do a quick additional like start, quick GG, or you all can just stay dead. One person goes and starts it.
Hopefully that
resets
does
it,
it.
fixes it. Until damage gets higher.
Yeah, I think we definitely have the capability to phase like 5 to 6 seconds earlier if we're all being on top of it.
Someone missed their CC.
I'm not gonna pick a spread.
I like this thing. For plenty of those.
They're coming.
Jade. It's resource.
I'm just gonna drag solutions. Do that guy.
Up combat feels fun.
3, 2, 1. Remember to see these
Octopus.
Gonna go for it?
Yes. You still have to go out.
No, I don't.
Watch for a wave. We're good.
Go out. That's a green fail on swirl side.
Yeah, I told you it's like I'm super early.
Good job, guys.
I'm personally probably just gonna like walk towards mid to throw the red on Ultramoth. And I'll throw it into mid so I can play
Ready,
closer to
check.
the group.
Sure thing.
You run to where you're comfortable with Moose.
But yeah, that is our DPS check for Mordrum. Although I would like a little earlier, so Moose and Thailand don't have to deal with voidness, but that is the damage check. Good from
Still
Mortis
not.
phase. So, if it's not having a good Mordremoth phase, then it's either just Chomp begins, or which
You might be when
is
Chomp begins.
it's inconsistent, or it's Jormag, but we also had a good phase on Jormag.
Because with my other group, every single time we phased Primordius before second Chomp, we got the bite bug the next time. But with our previous group, we never skipped second Chomp other than like really far into progression, and we still saw that bug a few times early on. So it's probably a mix of things, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Ready, check.
We could try just doing a quick GG if we skip each
I was
time
just
and
gonna
see if
say
that
that.
does remove it.
Yeah.
It does suck having to like start all the way over. I'll revive you after I get moving.
One down. Pusher. Middle. Or low in middle.
Hey, screw that.
Chill silent.
You sword 5 to the Storm Seal.
It looks like she barely didn't make it out of the pool. Oh,
Ready, check.
I regain my top damage score.
Defend your title.
Three, two, one, second. One full deck, cheat back. I love getting debilitated by crawl cracks. But that's entirely my fault.
Ready check.
What happened, Gray? He fell off the edge, but was that like a gazelle skill that you didn't have the boss targeted?
Ah!
I don't even know if I got it.
Oh, you got it, it's just no
Well, I
one
died
was
in
with
here, so I got it, yeah.
you. Gotta love auto run.
Ready check.
I do love the barrel.
25th Bloodlust stack. Let's go. Awesome. Awesome. Little off course, but it should be fine.
Yeah, we had some weird luck with reds.
Three, two, one. Oh yeah, I got a void pool, but it was worth it. Full damage if possible. Down, they're dead. That's our stealth person, isn't it?
Yep.
Alright, GG and stay dead. I'll res and start the encounter. I'm giving it a few seconds and I'm gonna kill myself.
I can still res, that is interesting.
Alright,
Nobody's come back yet. Oh wait, no, because you are, so this is touch.
Push it into the prismatic rift.
I successfully Dragon Trigger 5 teleported over a wave. Absolutely worth it.
Ready check.
I now know it's possible. Maybe there was an ad facing a weird way that you were focused on with like auto targeting or tab target or something. If you're slashing back.
Ready check.
But it's hard to see when you're dead, but. I've only had that a couple times. Alright, chilling Diane.
Okay.
Jump.
Like, this
So-
isn't the right sound effect.
Did we fade? Did we all GG right before spread happened on the last poll? Dormac?
Maybe. I wasn't really
Definitely
paying
before
attention
it,
to when
but I don't
was.
think right before it. We didn't even get the greens.
Yeah, it was during or before spread. Yeah, because I came back from Void Pool.
Ready check.
Hold on.
Noticed not dead and commented and jumped off.
I want to know, like, what's running in the background of this thing that makes it so buggy.
Means a heavily scripted fight that doesn't reset values for whatever reason on a wipe.
Yep.
Something
Or
that-
even on, like, a phase. Like, for some reason, each phase affects the next one.
Probably some dragons share like similar or the same values. Probably not that. Was that would be a simple fix that would have been done.
Wherever they share, it's meant to reset. Sometimes it doesn't.
And the game has several problems like that, but they usually reset. Apparently with the new logic they're doing this right.
Well, even after 2 wipes, or I guess 3 wipes, it didn't get rid of it. That's,
I mean, at this point, we're just trying to figure out why it happens.
yeah.
I mean, we can re-instance, sure. It's just I don't think. I think
It's gonna affect it.
the only thing a re-instance is gonna do is ensure that the next pull we do of Primordus is the one we're gonna encounter right now, which is no bugs. So the main thing that we have to figure out is why it happens.
Like, if we did a new instance every single time,
No.
it would take too long.
So, I mean, there's not much we can do about it now. We only have less than
Ready check.
half an hour left. We can theorycraft and think about why it happens after. For now, we'll just deal with it. I did eat the rape. I'm fine with accepting 7 blood instead of the attack. And super speed. I'm not fine with a 9 charge strategy. is a green fail on close.
I think
GG
she
seed.
DC'd. Yeah.
Ah. It wasn't her trying to kill me like the other times.
Like, I don't see her anywhere.
GG. Just simple, easy. She's back.
It's kind of impressive that she like took the void pool and then DC'd.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new strat.
Yeah, get a void pool and just
Yeah.
leave.
But
You
you,
void
you
pool,
walked
leave,
off with it.
and then everybody gets out of
to the-
combat, and the other person comes back in.
You walked off to the spot that we drop it. And then you just never hammered. So it dropped there. Like you didn't kill the rest of the group. Not until greens. Then you killed them.
Ready check.
There we go. Hello, this is my laptop microphone. No, I DC'd before the fight even started.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
that's
somebody
probably
else
why I
drop
got
that
that
void pool?
red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry that you're gonna get my laptop mic now, because I don't know how to capture it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's my first DX9 elimination crash, I think.
Ow. Why did I do that? We just forgot how to play the game.
Like, are you trolling us, or are you expecting like a hammer off group with it? But
I don't know if you heard any of the noises that I made there,
Ready check.
but all of them were deeply distressed.
Now you understand what my life is like normally. She just decided
Apparently
to
they
give
were
it to the
not-
rest of you.
my noises were not human enough to be picked up by my laptop, but that was not purposeful. Yeah, your noise is actually unfit for the gaming group.
God damn it. Suck it, Lord. Thank you.
Thank you for dying in the place where I could provide you with help incredibly. Not on break this time. You're welcome.
yep. I saw Jormeg's head like do a little skip. I was like, oh, it's doing something.
Okay.
What happened before?
Yeah.
Alright,
We're hitting every single bug today.
yeah,
That
so,
was not death bug.
I mean, with the amount of bugs we're hitting, some of you are part of other Discords that probably keep note of this. I mostly have an understanding of what makes what bug and situation happen for HTcm, and I kind of coordinated the strategies around them, but I don't know all of them. Are like Thailand, Nora, or anybody else, are you part of like a group or something that like has notes taken down of, okay, if you face at this time on this boss, and this is what's going to happen? Just a giant list for HTcm.
Sadly, in my experience, most people don't pay attention to what causes them. They just accept them as is, and other than like, you know, phase after void pool spawn, phase after green spawn. Those are the main things people worry about. These ones I haven't seen anybody talk about.
Fallon, you have anything?
Nah. If there is, it's likely to be like 1 or 2 people who figured them out, and they just like coordinate their group around it. And the
Yeah, and
group
they don't share it
actually know.
publicly. Basically similar to where
Or
we're
it's not
at.
even that they don't share it publicly. It's just like you have a lot of operators rather than
Yeah.
people who actually understand the fight properly.
Alright.
In this particular case, like, I do think that Primordius Chomp is caused by phasing while the Chomp is out.
Yeah.
But I also think
That's what I'm suspicious of too.
with our strategy, either we have to phase before the Chomp starts at all, which might come with another issue, because I don't know if that means something
Ready
else is
check.
going to happen, or we've got
I
to do
don't think
2
we're making that
Chomps.
DPS check comfortably anyway if we want to prog.
Alright, so
Yeah.
we'll just keep going, however annoying it may be, for another 15. Hopefully this pull we should be perfectly fine on. And then after, I mean, I've been like streaming too. I mean,
Yeah.
so we'll just, at least I'm gonna review everything and take notes and see if I can learn anything. If you all want to join me on that.
And then the Jormag bug has only happened when we actually wipe during Jormag, so I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still good.
Pretty sure we've been getting
Yeah.
a couple of this bug just every time we've phased probably.
We
It's
cannot.
just I don't expect to run into that one often, I guess.
We cannot progress with all these bugs. Things
I had
that
like
we-
10 wipes due to bugs tonight or something like that. It's crazy.
See, but another bug. I might do another Dragon Slash here. We should. I only have 1 Dragon Slash for these things. Three, 2, 1, now.
CC tomorrow. So general heads up, we want to delay CC just a little though, so that the balls spawn.
One bull down.
For the soul beast to reply.
Oh, wow. I was just a void pool bitch anyway. She can hit there. I mean, you can continue for top group since they have their boons. It just sucks for bottom group.
Oh yeah, I'm not actually placing where that I'm standing.
Alright, GG.
Let me throw one more.
Sure. And now.
So now we see if we get early chomp.
Yeah, and if we get Herb, well, yeah, we'll see.
Ready check.
No sound bug.
Alright, who wants to do a regular harvest temple for the daily?
Sure.
Well, after we do that, we'll just end it.
If nobody gets the 2 reds while the chomp AoE spawn and it is phased, early chomp will happen in the next pull unless you GG again.
I wonder if deactivating and then reactivating the challenge mode would change anything. Like, instead of GGing or whatever.
Yeah,
We
doubt it.
start here in the center, by the way.
It can happen on normal too, right?
I haven't,
Ready,
I mean, I
check.
guess I haven't seen it on normal because what are the odds of that happening on normal, but.
Mm-hmm.
Twinkle, you don't have to take portal if you don't want. I'll just portal back for Primordius.
The hammer throw timing is actually really nice on Mordremoth, by the way. You dodge the spit. Or at least I dodge the spit when I'm throwing into the middle. I don't really need to worry about my positioning. I memorize the spit layout. Oh, it's still right.
Like a normal phase. The phase before greens would have expired, I think. Three, two,
You buddy.
one.
I think everybody gets spread, so the portal might be death.
I just went out.
Oh, you can overlap somebody. No.
Remember, you can block this in regular.
Block what?
Mm-hmm.
Chomp.
I didn't realize that it was phasing that quickly.
Yeah, we can see some now. That way the soul beast can get that burst in the reflect.
Three, two. Just kill and jump the wave. Come in. Jump. The wave exists. Jump, jump, jump. One down. First down. He still needs to be rezzed. Order. So we got fastest. He has stability, you can be in the area. Top group, left, bottom group, right.
Not so fast enough.
And and it's dead. And doggy. Good job, guys. We Re-Prog for that.
GG for shards.
GG for shards.
Feels bad. No extra shards. GG.
Soul beasts are enemies.
Gotta run really far one.
Oh look, rewards.
Wow. And then out of curiosity, what's our fastest HT regular?
Oh, we beat it by quite a bit for sure. And that was also with not great stealth.
Yeah, we were roughly 20 seconds fast. Alright, well. I'm gonna use the restroom and then I'm gonna go research this crap. Right back.
Yep, so the red spawn has to happen.
There's no way we can phase after we get the reds consistently, right? Like that's too tight.
No,
They
no,
go up like
die.
1 second before
we don't.
chomp. Like
The reds, yeah. You know, we're dead.
that's like unless both blade sworns like are sitting on dragon trigger and just waiting. That could be enough to burst in the window. But we'd have to be at 1 or 2%, which is just sketchy. It might still be worth it though.
No
So someone's saying that it happens when the reds don't spawn on the previous poll.
So, the chomp AoE spawns, but you don't. If you don't get the reds, it'll happen.
The one thing we could do is you and Noth both hold dragon trigger until the red spawn and then burst the boss to dead. But it's just a little tight and sketchy if we do that.
So at that poll I died due to that. Bugs aren't in the first half, I'm just looking to make sure.
Yeah, it really felt like it's getting progressively worse over time.
I still have to do a lower quality just so I can go through the video fast. How did we die here? Oh, we just failed. Alright, so I'm just gonna make a compilation of all the bullshit and all the dragons that I know and then add to it. So alright, so for Zaitan, so for Zaitan, phasing X seconds before void pools spawn after greens succeed will result in void pools that will persist throughout Su-1. Disappear.
As well as the worms not despawning.
I mean, the worms despawn after a timer. That's just...
Yeah, but I mean, they'll still be there for the first, like, 20 seconds or whatever.
Worms do not forcibly... are not forcibly despawned.
And then the one extra thing, which is really dependent on timing, is there's one more scream after Zaitan dies, too.
But that's after Void Pool, so... Phasing X seconds after Void Pools are applied will result in a Zaitan screen. Phasing during in a scream sometimes does not prevent the screen from doing damage and is preceded by spread. Phasing during spread will make worms spawn. Will still make worms spawn.
What is the overlap with the spread and the void pool on Prime Mortis? It's pretty.
It's like a second where you have both, but
It's like 2 seconds or something like.
2 seconds.
It's definitely pretty big on the first one. I don't. Is it the same for the second one?
Pulling up my timer.
Hmm.
Shut the fuck up.
I wonder if it's different.
Alright, so spread ends at the 25-second mark because I put a half-second delay on all the timer stuff. The void pool is applied 1.5 seconds before spread ends. So we have a 3.5 second window to phase. Because chomp is 7 seconds, spread ends 2 seconds before chomp ends. And void pool ends.
Oh yeah, we have to end before spread finishes, not before chomp finishes.
Yeah, before spread finishes.
Oh.
So we have to have void pools and before spread finishes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
It's like a
1.5
1.5
second window.
Yeah,
That's
pretty...
so small.
Alright, and then Su1. There's more, I just don't know like fully the conditions, but the main one is if you phase Su1 during just past claw slap happening, void pools will still be applied. The window for EPs being applied is several seconds large. If you phase during tail slam in the preceding in Su1 P2, one of her attacks will either be skipped
up, right?
or will be skipped, come faster.
The rotation just gets like 4 seconds faster or something like that, or some number of seconds faster.
There's a thing with void
Leading
beam
to
as well, I
extra
just
greens
don't know
early.
it.
Void beam.
Void, yeah, all the AoEs. I just don't know for
Yeah.
sure. Kralkatoric. Generally, if Crystal Barrage's AoEs are on the ground, they have a high chance of still connecting and doing extreme damage.
Basically always real.
General. After phasing Kralkatoric and Zaitan, the center orb AoE will persist for 6 seconds, then no longer do anything. Then no longer do damage, bad effects. After this 6 seconds period, it takes a few additional seconds for it to fully despawn. Let me think before, like, oh. Mordremoth. If Mordremoth is beginning to perform waves after void pools are put down, the first wave will happen if phasing into Zaitan. Must dodge wave. Must dodge. Jump wave. Okay. Normal. Normal. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, void pool. So that's within the 1.5 second window. So, just to make notes, kill Primordus during 1.5 second window. Primordus, 1.5 second window. Presumably, if you kill Primordus while void pools and spread are both active on players, no bugs will happen. Phasing before VPs are applied and or spread finishes will result in some sort of bug. Okay. So here for Hakatorg it doesn't matter. More stuff here. One down. Have some deaths. We do phase into Zaitan, but that's about it.
Mordermoth doesn't technically have a bug, but sometimes the wave comes out even though there's no visual indicator, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, and I guess if you phase Mordermoth at the right time, Zaitan spits don't happen, so that's
Yeah, I forgot about that.
a positive bug.
It's a timing when Mordemoth's supposed to do poison scream, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's something I
It's
remember.
like when the animation starts, I think.
If phasing Mordemoth at some point during when he does poison spit, or whatever it's actually called. Well, poison roar. Okay. He does poison roar during his poison roar. Zaitan will not do putrid deluge. Spit. Next kill we have. Next pull we have. No bugs. So spread. No void pool. Okay. So kill Primordus before 1.5 second window. No VP. So there's a Jormag bug, it'll happen around here. Okay, we have no Dormag bug yet. Do we have early void pool? I don't think we had any like early void pools this early on. Let me actually note spread, no VP. Okay. Next pull is early chomp. Next pull, no issues. Okay, we have a green fail. Spread. Okay. Die to Dormag fail green long group GG completed during what would spread unfinished. You what? Okay, that's correct. Um, next poll, no issues. Kill Primordus. Die to Primordus. Chomp. Normal? That's normal. Was that? Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Yeah, we phased before, right?
Kill Primordus before 1.5 second window. Spread, no VP. And we die to alter on purification too. Normal. Next pull is early chomp. Alright. Kill Primordus before 1.5 second window. Spread, no BP. Right as chomp happened. AoE still displayed. Expanding AoE still displayed. Alright, phase into Zytam, but we failed, agreed. Alright, so this Primordus we phased a little bit earlier than we did the other ones because of the expanding AoE still like did its full animation. We get weird early void pool here. Nope. Jormag is normal. Green's just spawn. It's fine. But we should have early chomp here.
Seems consistent.
Next pull is early chomp. We have a lot of other Dormag things coming up.
Yeah, those every single one of them was preceded by a wipe during Jormag though.
I mean, that's still good to know.
Yeah.
That's normal. Okay. Die to Jormag. Fail green. Medium group GG. Completed during what would be sketchy FaceTime into Primordus. By sketchy FaceTime, I mean like phasing into more Primordus and we still have to do spread. So, do we have spread right here? No. We have weird void pool. Next pull, no issues. We have a bunch of ads. Normal. Or when do we phase? Oh wait, we die. Die to Primordus. Long group GG completed during what would be BP applied. We have greens after. No greens after. Or win it? Next poll, die to Jormag, right to win. VPs are fine. Are. Right to win the grand. We have our greens after. Greens spawn. Normal. We have early. No, it's normal. Kill Primordius just before 1.5 second window. Spread, no VP. Like if we held for like half a second there, Void Close would have been applied. Phasing the Mordrum off. We phase into Sight. No, we don't. This is the one. This is when all the bugs started happening.
So if we're gonna push for the 1.5 second window, I think we need to figure out exactly how much you and Noth can burst, like what percentage of Primordius' health you can take out instantly, and then we can just think if it's 2%, we can get into 2%, and then you guys can just finish it off.
Die at Saitan. Most people stayed GG'd. Stayed dead. Started. Counter again. After. I GG'd after 5 seconds. GG'd after 8 seconds.
Was the orb targetable when you GG'd? Oh, but then we wiped again anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Like, we wiped, I think, 3 times.
Die at Jormag right before Queen's completed. First Queens. Next poll. Die at Jormag. Next poll, early Jormag first spread. Group full dead midway through actual spread. Green should be fine.
I think this might be the one Moose DCs.
No. She DC'd much earlier.
Okay.
Void pool is fine. No phase. No, that's fine. That's what I thought.
So like,
Next pull. Early chop.
it's like it remembers the Primordius state, even though we
Mm.
did multiple pulls.
That's why I'm noting down everything here, just to
Yep.
see all the variables. Die at Jormag.
That's the one I'm most CC'd there. And the one after this, we had the early spread again. So the timing does matter.
Full. Group full dead. 1 second after first spread would be up and wide.
Oh, even. Okay, so we died again, but right before green's finished.
Mm-hmm.
So the same as the first case.
Next pull. Die at Jormag. Group GG. Group full dead. My timer is not fully accurate, but we can use this as a guideline. Group full dead 1 second before greens would complete. So to compare, right before first greens completed. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pulls ago. We are at the early chomp. I want to see the one before. Because I need to see how long before greens would complete. We need one more pull go. So we are at Zytian. So when? 2. That's all I wanted. Should have saved the timestamp. When did we die here? Early spread. Early Jormag first. Alright, so this will be chomp. I think I skipped too far. We did not make it to Mortem. Yeah. Yeah. It's earlier. I believe we're here. Normal void pool. Green into early spread. Dude, I really need a visual. Shame on me for not doing timestamps. I am lost in my own thought. Okay, here we are. Finally found it. My bad. If I ever go back, I'm gonna know the timestamp. So now we're at the next point. So we died at Jormat, group full dead 1 second before greens would complete. So, early spread. Okay. Next pull, early first spread. Group full dead before actual spread would complete. 1 second. Normal. And we phased. It's fine. Normal chomp. When do we phase? So, kill.
Did we phase before spread even showed up?
No, we have spread.
No, spread showed up.
Spread shows up at the same time. Kill Primordius.
If we had the spread, would have spawned anyway, right?
Yeah.
And then it would kill the spread.
Spread.
Oh, I didn't even know that one.
This is our last actual CM pull.
I remember this one had an early chomp too.
Next pull, early chomp. When phasing before the 1.5 second window, both spread plus VP, the next pull will have early chomp. Dormag. If group wipes 1 second before 1 second, that's less than equal. 1 second before greens would, a green set would complete. The next pull will have early spread. Early first spread. Right after. Let's go. Okay. I'm looking at this one as well when Wolfie subbed because I remember at least one Primordius where we phased after, like, actually I don't know actually, no. I thought there was a pull where we phased after spread complete, but that's actually impossible. Because otherwise we would fucking die.
Yeah.
Okay, so from this logic then, we can learn that Primordius's Chomp is marked as complete when Void Pools are applied. If it is not, what is it? If Void Pools are not applied, then it is marked as I should be doing it and not, oh, what is it? Trying to put it into a way that is easily explainable. So, oh, what is it? So think of, so let's go back to Doom just so we're on the same page, and then we can go to back to this. So for Doom's afflictions, I'm pretty sure you know this because I've talked about it, but just for reference, Doom's afflictions only count up when affliction is detonated. Now the rule is there can only be 5 afflictions per phase, but this counter only resets if it is at 5 only at greater death mark or the suck. So if you're at 4 and you hold the last one, you're still at 4, which means phase 2 of Doom will only have 1 affliction where you can just go out, detonate it as soon as possible, and now it's at 5, so the next greater death mark will reset. So phase 3 will start having a lot of afflictions. But if you don't hold in phase 1, you will have 5, which means now the counter resets back to 0. So now you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you only have a smaller amount in phase 3. So on.
Unless people early detonate again.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pre-phase doesn't count for that because there's always 4.
There's always 4. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. It's just when are the 4 that changes.
Yep. So that's the logic that Ain't likes to use, some sort of counter for boss attacks for whatever reason that can easily be manipulated. So when we go back to Primordius, his animation has 2 steps to it. When a certain time happens and spread is applied, the first part of the animation happens. But this part honestly doesn't matter. The first part is the AoE expanding, telling you get the fuck out. But Primordius still isn't doing anything. He's just looking at us. This is the first part of okay, spread happens, let the players know they need to spread. But the moment void pools are applied is the moment that Primordius actually goes into the animation to kill us. So the chomp will always happen, quote unquote, at the same time, but it will follow the order of where his animation should be at the time. So if he's completed the first set of his animation, or just giving us the expanding AoE on the ground, but he hasn't completed the second one where Void Pool has been applied, then when Chomp is supposed to happen, he's going to resume to where the animation left off, and that is saved until it happens again. Does that make sense? So next pull, Chomp will happen at the same time, but he will resume and actually do his chomp animation that actually does the damage. Does that make sense? Am I explaining it clearly?
I think so. It's kind of like how I feel about it. It's there's certain mechanics that are tied to the animation rather than to like the time. Like it doesn't seem like like when it comes to, you know, the spits or what the even the Jormag spreads, like there's always an animation that it seems like when the animation starts it changes how the rest of it affects, but
If
rather
spread's
than
applied,
just being
then
time.
give players AoE indicator. If void pools equals applied, then complete actual damage attack equals 1. So this is how it would work. So by default, this is like a variable, this is a variable. So if by default this is 0, then spread is applied, it goes to 1. But we phase from Mortis before void pools. But he will always do whatever is next
Damage
in
attack,
this when chomp is supposed to happen. So when it happens, this takes 3 seconds to do. This is 4, this is 3.
Yep, and the time that
Or
the
something.
chomp starts is when we would be getting the
Yes.
beginning of spread.
And then when that happens, this counts up. And only if this is 1, then on a kill, they both reset back to 0.
Because it's a cycle.
Yes. This has to be 1 in order for both of them to be 0. And that is how that works. So how would I...
Maybe that's how Zaitan's thing works then too. Maybe it doesn't have to do with phasing timing.
And it's probably something like it. The thing is, it's not entirely that, because there's the Jormag thing as well. Jormag has a large ramp up, and when you... with some attacks, like, they'll kind of like keep talking after a while, so like if you... what is it? How do I put it? How do we explain Jormag early spread? It happens if you group GG before the greens fully complete. It's extremely specific. It's like 1 second before a green complete. So... but if you complete the greens, then you don't get it. So why do we get early spread if it is 1 second before or less before Jormag's screen completes? But if you die
Because the
after,
spread never applies.
then it never
Because
applies.
the spread happens after green. So it's... But then, have we ever had it where we GG after greens complete but before spreads? Because I don't think we have.
No.
So I bet the green is just, you know, between the other attack and the spreads.
Yes,
And
but like...
we've just happened to... But then when we fail green, it doesn't happen.
yeah, when we fail a green, but we have to GG really fast. But... wouldn't
Yeah, when
the
we fail green, we all die. Like,
yeah. But it's when we all actually die, like full undead, is what matters.
Like if we're all full dead before the spread starts.
So, but on the same logic, does that actually work properly and properly resetting it if you phase Jormag? Or
I think they each have their own counters.
maybe Jormag is smarter than Promortis in that if Jormag dies, you reset all the values to 0. But if Jormag doesn't die, then values aren't going to be reset. I think that is the rule with Jormag, because Jormag has a large animation ramp up for a lot of her attacks.
I know we used to always phase like right before green or right after green, but before spreads, or we would wait till spreads showed up because of, the Primordius. Starting that with spreads is a nightmare. But when we were doing that, we never had an issue where we'd get early spreads because it just didn't come up. So maybe it only happens on the first cycle. I don't know.
I mean, maybe the first cycle, I don't know, but
like there's a lot of testing we could do, but it would just be a lot of time just to figure out something that Re-Internet's not gonna fix.
I mean, that in itself is good to know, because if ANET's not going to fix it, then it's good for us to know so we can work with it. It's just, one big problem is we have to get everyone on the team, or just get people on board with testing this. That's it.
Yeah, and like purposefully like waiting to do different things would it wouldn't really be progression, and we'd be like,
I mean, it's not the kind of progression that we're used to, but it's the kind of progression of knowledge of, okay, if this happens, we can expect this, and here's how we can adapt our strategies to avoid
bugs.
So as a Bladesworn, like, it's easy for me to just avoid Dragon Slashing. I can always hold it.
If you and Noth are on the same page, especially if you're like, hold Dragon Slash, like, you guys could easily control our phase timings between just the two of you.
Like, that's easy enough. So, what we learned is, based on whatever source you have, that gave us this 1.5 second window, we have to wait for void pools to be applied before we phase. But we have 1.5 seconds. But if me and Noth are coordinating it, what seems like a very tight timing really isn't.
Yeah, 1.5 seconds is like
1.5 seconds for me and Noth to just realize, oh, void pool is applied. Okay, 1 and done.
Yeah, and I don't know how high you guys are hitting with the Dragon Slashes at that point, but that's under 50%, so you're having like all damage modifiers are effective.
I mean, by the time I'm at that point, I've Dragon Slashed like 7-8 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Like, I can always just auto attack and do whatever the fuck, and then.
And I know you always have mending available for it, so like if you want to get that extra 10%, like.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that, and then for Jormag, like, if we get early spread, we get early spread. Like, we've proven that we can easily just deal with it. I just have to do an extra Dragon Slash, which means that the Primordius ads aren't going to be as clean, but everyone deals with that fairly well, so.
Yeah,
I'm still
full burst the Primordius ads every single time.
Yeah. I'll still be able to get the exact same amount of Dragon Slashes off. It just alters my rotation, so. Oh, what is it? I think my normal rotation is a normal Dragon Slash the first one, and then a normal Dragon Slash, like, let me just go back. Oh, this is our go over here. like this is a normal. Wait, this doesn't look normal to me. Never mind, it is.
I didn't know Conde Virtuoso was 42k at one point with banners. Oh yeah, your Dragon Slashes do 200k, so that's 400k between you guys. That's like 4% of his health. Like that's so much instantaneously. Or maybe not 4. I don't know. They have 17 million total, right?
Something like that. It's like here, this is when I would Dragon Slash. And I can just hold it here. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I believe my Dragon Slash killed it.
And that'll also make it really easy for stealth because nobody else's damage is going to be around, and I'll have a clear timing for when to hit it.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's what we'll do to minimize this. Because otherwise, no amount of wiping beforehand will do anything. We have to have early jump.
So, like, and then on top of that, the only other way to deal with it is literally to do greens the second time, which adds so much more time.
Yeah.
At least for progression purposes. Like, once, you know, we're, like, clearing, I'm sure people don't really mind if it happens because it's like, you know, you're not spending hours going through Primordius over and over and over, but like this, it cuts out half of our pulls.
Yep, but now we know how to deal with it.
Yep, exactly.
I will give you a heads up that I am feeling a bit frustrated.
With just overall progression?
Yeah. People just dying randomly to chomp, and Moose dying randomly and dropping void pools randomly, and like, I'm pretty much done improving, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been for.
I mean, that's just kind of how support is. That's how I felt on Ham when I first did HTcm. Like, after a while, like, what the fuck else is there for you to do? Like, you're just watching everyone and just like, dude, you're
but it's like,
DPS, you're...
it's not complicated. Like, it's basic reliability things.
Yeah.
That people should be prioritizing over.
Yeah. Like, the entire point of HTcm is safety. If you're not being safe, if you're doing risky stuff, then you're going to die, and that's time lost, and that's frustration. Like,
so just a heads up that that's how I'm feeling.
Yep.
Like Mordremoth, it's probably gonna be a lot of practice. I
mean, for Mordremoth, like, I think we're getting to a better state there. I'm not...
Yeah.
That's a boss where, like, yes, it's annoying if somebody dies, but I can understand that more. But on these bosses that we've practiced a bunch, the first 3,
yeah,
we really shouldn't have deaths.
I don't think that. So, like with Primordius, switching to the other side definitely upped our DPS. I think that's a definite. However, it's made surviving a lot less consistent.
That's the thing with the other side.
Yep, and like I haven't gotten chomped on the other side, but I also only have one hit that's in melee that I have to worry about. So it's like I can't think too much on it for other people, but you know.
And I have a rotation down that is very easy, and I will gladly like adapt accordingly if I need to. Like it's.
I mean,
No.
yours is just gonna get easier after the patch anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it's true. But yeah, I know people have been limit testing and stuff like that with the Primordius chin boop, but like
Limit testing,
feel
you mean
like-
how many?
yeah,
boots
how
you can
close can I get before I die?
Oh.
But like the soul beasts haven't been dying as much, which I know they have the hardest time with it. So that's
Yeah,
a
that's
It's
bonus.
mostly been north.
Yep.
It was grey for a while,
and
Yeah.
but it's mostly been north.
Gray got his stuff together because the only thing that Gray has in melee, I mean both soul beasts, is Axe 5. So it's very easy to
Which
just
is huge.
hold that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Much better to hold it and start your burst like 2 seconds late than die.
It's just, I do agree Noth has been a big pain when he's been dying a lot, that and Moose. Everyone else
And
is
it's
dying.
I see it more from Moose than you do.
Oh yeah, I would imagine so because
There's a lot of variants in the void pools and stuff.
Was today
like-
worse than usual, or because I know she said she was on a laptop, but
No, that's normal.
okay.
It's just like a little more consistent than she was, but it's still. It's like typically, if I'm fucking up, it's either A, because I'm visually overloaded, so I just like miss my timing because like Moose is on top of me with some other AoE, and like I can't
yeah, I guess-
pass
yeah.
the information in time. Happens once in a while.
That's kind of what I was worried about with the hammer strategy. It's just a lot, and like the timing is
It's not
so
very often
particular,
anymore.
so
The script makes it very consistent.
that's good.
It has to be like people are moving randomly around the time, like Moose is moving randomly or doing random shit, or something else is going wrong that's kind of like drag my attention.
Gotcha.
But I will, if I'm underperforming on it, I will throw less far, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So like I'll be
Yeah.
a bit late using it rather than too early.
Yep, and too early is gonna kill you guys or mess up your space, and
It kills the space.
yeah,
And then
going too late doesn't kill as much space for sure.
and then we have issues. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't need the practice anymore. Like,
Yeah. You know, it'd probably be the same by now. Like, there's not much to heal Herald until Zaitan Scream. That's where it actually gets more interesting for you.
yeah, even then, like,
Yeah, not too much. It's just...
I have to burst heal buttons, right? Because, like, it's other people's stun breaking.
Yeah, and that's the problem, though. When we actually get to that first, we are going to fail it because the Soul Beasts are responsible for it.
Oh.
Either that or Moose can throw Road down.
I could see Sam being well prepared for it. We'll see with Gray because he hasn't seen it.
Yeah, but I don't think either of them are running or are going to run the either the heal stance share thing or the healing spring.
Oh, you don't think either of them are doing it yet?
They're not going to be thinking about it now. I'm intentionally letting it fail so they realize, oh shit, it's our responsibility to do it. And then they'll realize it, internalize it very well, and then I can rely on it. But if I tell them beforehand, just like I told M for green, he's going to fail.
Yeah, that's. I was like, you have to go like immediately. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not
So,
coming. I know it.
Intentionally letting M fail realizes, oh shit, I
Yeah,
need
to be
go so
fair,
early.
they're two kind of different scenarios. In that the green, there's a lot of stuff happening all at once there.
Yeah.
For the scream, it's like the game's
You're
like
all just
Scream's
DPSing
coming.
and waiting.
The scream's coming.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it won't be hard. Like, I really don't expect to spend much time on Zaitan. It'll be once we get the first green down, it's easy.
Yeah, one green and one scream, and it'll be
And then Purification 3, I expect a couple deaths, but that's it.
So, I plan on doing the same thing that I was doing before. I got a lot of practice doing it with the other group.
Yep.
I think the crabs will be just fine. I think people will get hit by stray projectiles, but
I can help with that, to be fair.
yeah.
Yeah, once we get like low on, like once we get like 30% on Soul Spray, Fallon can just swap off, what is it, Herald, and then Ventari camp it, and then Birds can do some damage on the orb, push it. Easy
Yeah.
CC, done. And then we'll have Su1, and if Moose has not convinced of running the script by then, which she probably should be just for consistency's sake, she's gonna need to start running it then.
I didn't realize that she's not using it yet.
No, because she wants to, as she said, like, last session or two, she wants to run it without and get better by it, or get better with it, or something. I forget.
Does quickness affect Hammer 3? I don't think
No.
it does, right?
Just
Like,
like,
does it not?
No.
I don't know. We have quickness anyway. Like we all.
Yeah, I just know like if it drops, like my quickness was dropping a bit today, so I know
Yeah, but
Moose
that's
is,
because
like,
we're putting off.
Mhm.
Also, that's because
Yeah.
you're in. You've been in Moose's sub
yeah,
recently, and you were in my sub before.
that's fair. But yeah, I mean it's like
The get right.
I'm expecting quickness to drop sometimes. I just don't know if it's dropping on Moose or not. Hope not.
No, I don't think so because I have quickness from Moose sometimes, so
Oh, okay.
I kind of doubt that it is. There's just once in a while, for some reason, the hammer will take significantly longer to cast.
yeah, and that's the sort of thing, like, with, like, I saw that once with you today, even though it's just, like, server side, like, it's like your hammer never casted as well, but I just trusted that the AoE would go away.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, Mordremoth, I think?
I just put the hammer above my head and then stood there for a while.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
Yep.
I mean, my problem used to be that, like, and it's been my problem with some grand target skills like that, is like I want to throw it off the platform, right? Or near the edge of the platform.
Yeah.
So I'll click near the edge of the platform and
So that's one of my biggest complaints with this game's targeting system.
Yep.
Because I play an action camera, and if I have my cursor on the boss and we're on the platform, it won't put it on the edge of the platform like you'd expect it to. And
yeah, for sure.
I have to actually look down at the ground and then look back at the boss, and like stuff like CA, that's a lot of camera angle.
Yep.
But I've gotten used to it. It's just there are certain times where it still bugs me.
But yeah. Like, the reprogression, I really don't, like, I don't see too many issues with myself outside of just optimizing my rotation for it. It's just, there really isn't.
Haven't been making basic mechanical mistakes.
Yeah, just be safe. If you're not sure, just cancel a Dragon Slash or make sure you step out of the AoE a little bit. And maybe I'll give Noth my little line here for Blade Swarm. If I put this in my actual marker pack, then everyone's gonna release
They're
it.
gonna be like, "What's this for?" But I think you also need to have the player target indicator for the lines to really be helpful, because with how many people are standing around, it's so hard to see where you are.
They're helpful anyway.
Yeah.
Because you like, it's.
I can't even tell where I am,
visual
like,
indicator
half
of
the
a
time.
position on the thing. And like, yeah, maybe you're not like pixel precise, but you can be more precise than without it.
That's true.
Yep. So you've got the hitbox view module in Blush.
Yep.
I use it precisely for that, so I can see exactly where I am. So
Like I use it for your normal like red hitbox indicator. It's helpful. Yeah, that one.
Yep, all of them are just useful. I'm really just playing a mini game as Blade Swarm. Like, I have the rotation down to near memory at this point. I'm just playing. Okay, where do I go? All right, I'm in melee with the boss. Boom, Dragon Slash, and intentionally go over here because this is a safe spot. And I'm playing Geometry Wars.
Oh yeah, how's that? Alright.
I like to think I'm pretty consistent now. The mistakes I make are like accidentally grabbing Void Pool or something like that, but like I adapt.
People need to prioritize safety over damage optimization, and then work on optimization with safety as the main priority. And then,
or you tell people what you're trying to do, like going into a pool, so people know that it might happen.
Oh yeah, like when I wasn't gonna be able to take spread.
Yeah, or like, yeah, you're like, I'm gonna try limit testing this thing. Like,
Oh yeah.
give me a few pulls.
yeah, like just that basic communication of, oh hey, as a Bladesworn, I don't know where to go, or hey, do you guys mind if I try this for a pull or two? And if we're trying stuff for that specifically, that'll allow other people to try things as well. So we may as well get a whole bunch of things done at once. And if like 5 people die to Primordus in the poll where Noth wants to test something, that's great, that's a good learning experience. It's just that when it's all over the place, or people are just keeping it to themselves, or want to try things on their own, just sucks. That's one reason why I said safety on Morgemoth until somebody dies. Then you can have some fun trying stuff. Because at that point, it doesn't fucking matter.
Like, I know, you know, playing Herald is not the most exciting thing because you only have, what, 3 skills in your rotation? But Moose is using Sword 3. And I don't think you're supposed to.
Nope.
No.
And it also puts you in a bad
button.
spot. Like, so it's like, there's been a few times where she's died, or, you know, someone else has died because of it. And...
Sword 3 is not in the rotation. And it has like a 95% 5% of you really bad things happen, or you're a god gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
when
then,
you're a god gamer,
like, Sword
it's
5 is
great.
great for getting back to group, but like I don't think it's a DPS gain if you're like staying in place either. So you just do 2 and 4 and then auto attack.
Is it not?
I don't know, with energy in mind, like it's like
It's so bad.
I guess you
does
just
depend on your
double
energy
tap.
management. It is one of the, like, it is a DPS increase to use, but maybe not if you're camping. If you're camping one legend.
Yeah.
Which I think she is.
Yeah, because she has Jealous, so like only a few times during the fight it really helps. Like, I'm sure it would be a DPS gain to switch to Jealous and use hammers, but like, is it worth the potential quickness dropping if she's not consistent with it? Probably not.
Just gotta spend time on it, figure it out.
Like, in the other group we had a quickness herald that was like way overcapped on boon duration, like 47%, and he was our Jealous one, and he constantly dropped quickness for everybody, and
that's a rip.
It was just the worst experience. And then we replaced him, and then we cleared it the very next day.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop over to Naruto, but
Because, like, it's understandable if you drop quickness while you have to sit in roads.
Yeah. Like, during Mordermoth, you expect it. During Zaitan, during Scream, hopefully not, because everybody is pretty well stacked, so if you know, even if you're using Jealous Elite, like... But Mordermoth, everybody spreads out. The issue we had was that he would switch to Jealous during the last set of Mordermoth waves, and quickness would run out on everybody in his sub, like halfway through the waves, and then he would stay on Jealous because the Giants were there, so nobody had quickness for Giants.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
It's like, just CC them, switch to
That also
Jealous
means no
after
super speed
Giants
for them
are
coming
done
in.
being CC'd, but...
Oh, I also don't think Moose is super speeding.
I've felt it a couple times. I don't know if that was you or her, but...
No, it's not me.
Like, during...
I've like messed up once or twice, but the really obvious one was when some people were chilled. But like often you'll look and like 3 crabs will come in really fast, right?
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. That type of super speeding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like for us. It's for the ads to come in faster so that we get a cleaner.
For Giants and Devourers, it doesn't matter as much, but for Devourers, it definitely gets them stacked better.
It stacks them way better, yeah.
Then during Primordius, it makes it like ridiculously clean.
It's the stuff that matters.
Like that would save us 3 seconds on Primordius, which is enough to make a big
cascading
difference.
problems. Oh, you went out rather than into the middle.
This is P1.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think you need to swap earlier, if that's your plan.
I'm just fucking around. And then you, of course, ditch your true nature.
Oh yeah, so you can cap out your
But if you
energy.
legend swap a little early and bank some energy, then
Mm-hmm.
it's much cleaner.
Yep.
I really hope that phase goes cleanly.
It
It's like the most frustrating thing to wipe too, because it's like just stop hitting it if it's moving away from you. Like there's no risk for missing a DPS check or anything.
I'm thinking it's
It
actually,
should be easy because of you and not, but we'll see.
yours to Harvest Temple. Is the health listed here?
I don't think so.
Void Amalgamate. 2.5 million.
That's so little.
So. Oh, but
Is that normal mode?
that's the end. Normal is half.
That's crazy. That's so much less than I thought it would be.
So what is easy vulnerability?
Virtuosos can do. What is it? Sword 4.
Sword 4.
Um,
I mean 5?
4. Let me look it up. There's a trait.
There's a trait, yeah. It's not the
So something I would have
one.
been thinking about doing is just saving my Sword 4 for the beginning of Jormag. So I can rip boons and apply a little vulnerability, but it would mean a little less CC on the ball. And sometimes we're a little bit close.
What I'm trying to get good sources of vulnerability.
Inflict vulnerability when you interrupt a foe. So F3, Sword 4. I don't know. Greysword 5 should also apply it, right?
Do Pam's?
Oh, it has a 3-second cooldown though. Never mind, it's not very good.
Check the trait 2 across though.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah. Doesn't have an interval.
Ooh.
It's 5
That,
stacks.
so if you do 2, that's 13 stacks pretty quickly. So between like
if you F3, that's 25 stacks, right?
yeah, if both of us F3, yeah. Which is fine. Like F3 is gonna do damage, and it's not gonna push the orb fast. While F1 and F2 both push orbs like a lot. So it's definitely a good use. Yeah, I think that's probably if doesn't Throw Mine also do a little bit, or does it only do the boon rip?
Boon rip CC damage, I think.
I'm trying. I would love it to minimize what everyone does on the orb. So all we need on the orb is boon rip every 20 seconds and vulnerability. And then
Your other one, general heads up, is Blades inflict vulnerability.
Oh, but
which is
that's core blades.
That's like nearly every button that's not a phantasm on. But
Yeah, it's just we don't want to be using like dagger 1, 2, or 3 because those push the orb harder than anything else, and like phantasms are free damage that doesn't push the orb.
Yeah.
Blazing
So it's a
Tick-
balance thing though, right? Like you have two verts that should be relatively balanced on both sides, I would imagine.
Right now we're on the same subgroup, so we might have to.
Oh.
No, it's a mirrors comp.
I think today we were in the same subgroup though. I don't know if that's.
One instance.
Yeah, if we just sword 4 on cooldown and F3 on cooldown, that'll be a lot of vulnerability. And
Where's
obviously begin the
gold
fight.
thing you're seeing?
They're in domination.
So in domination, it's the
Phasing or stunning a foe. Okay.
you've also got deadly blades invert, which is
Yeah.
the second core one. Yeah. So that's the reason why you normally are bringing 25.
So if the mechs just throw their mech on the orb and ignore it, and then the verts, I don't fucking know, camp dagger and spam sword 4 off cooldown, the goal is to get 25 vulnerability. So the only people attacking the orb are the Bladesworns and the verts, to minimize the amount of people manipulating the orb. Like the auto attacks on Pan for rifle give vulnerability, but it's only 5 seconds and it's boom, 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 boom.
It
boom,
pushes
boom.
really fast too.
It doesn't push as fast anymore.
Oh yeah, because they lowered the attack speed
It's only
by
2
like,
attacks now, not 3.
yeah.
So it's just minimizing how many people and just putting the vulnerability people. Doesn't matter what their attack speed is, just the vulnerability people on the orb. So every dragon slash we do is like 200,000 damage.
Yep.
So all we
Kill
would need to
pretty
do is
quick.
like dragon slash 3-4 times, and then we stack together wherever we want to stack together, push the orb, obliterate it, and get ready for Goliath. CC Goliath immediately, do as much burst damage. Moose gets in position for a void pool, throws Road down, because the entire point of Jalus is convenience on Zytan, but more so the Goliath, to make sure you don't get fucked, while everyone else goes and do their green. And then Wyverns, whatever. That'll be like Thailand's job to keep an eye on and let us know. Because it's not like there's much to do.
What? So I have on Wingman, I have the highest virtuoso parse on Scorvald, and I've done like 3 weeks of fractals on virtuoso maybe. Sorry, I just thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what we would do for purification for. So the verts, auto attack, and I don't know. Auto attack, sword 4, just spam it off cooldown.
Yeah.
And then Bladesworns, try to get as many adds in, but adds in the Dragon Slash, but always Dragon Slash the orb. And then Lanius will throw mine whenever there are boons. Or don't verts boon rip on stun.
Yep.
So you
Boon
guys
Rip,
will
2 each.
Yeah, so you'll
So-
end up just dealing with it.
Yeah.
And
And then like let's say our sword 4 and F3 are both on cooldown and boons come up. We can just switch to greatsword and do greatsword 5 if we really need to. Like we have a lot of options, or disenchanter, you know.
So again, we are a lot closer than we actually are. People just need to prioritize safety, and that's not happening. One big weakness, as we saw, well, the 2 main issues, as we've discussed multiple times, is Moose not being consistent. She needs to run the script to be more consistent, and she will give in, if not by Zytan, by Subon. Then Noth needs more experience on Bladesworm because its ability he's more new at. And that's about it. After that, Titan, not much of an issue. Purification, simple. Each one will wipe a couple times. We'll get it down easy. Su-1 will take several pulls, but again, I pull my marker now. This green is Herald. This green are Verts. This green is Alacrity. Or really anybody else. Doesn't matter. Then people go in spread position, so if you pull up the...
What's your DPS in that pool, Laura?
I was looking at it a little more. I think it read the log as a normal mode pull, but it was a CM pull. So I think it's wrong.
Okay.
Right. Because yeah, the highest I see is faint.
Yeah, because the highest CM is 17k, and this was only like a 10k pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just straight up like misreading it.
Yeah.
I'm like getting used to the new layout.
I feel like there's a lot of things they could do to make it more readable, but
I mean, this is
It
much
is
more
what it
readable
is.
than it was before, to be fair.
I haven't seen it before. Like I only started looking at it recently.
Yeah, well, I mean, I looked at it like a couple of months ago, and then I looked at it now, and like
Oh wow, okay.
these bars are much more passable than the previous like scatterplot stuff.
That makes sense.
Yep, so these are the normal spread spots on Su-1. Fairly standard. Let's see. I mean, it's going to be the same people who get spread. It's just, where do they go? Arrow.
How do I open on classic?
Do not know.
Far green is the far green, and the people on the boss are the ones I'm most worried about because people will panic on the boss even if you tell them what to do.
Yeah. Yep. Again, like, we have a good strategy for Su-1. That's why I'm saying, like, I really don't care about, like, abusing invulnerability for the claw slap. If we just, like, move, swirl, and triangle there, it's fine. Aina hasn't touched Harvest Temple in a while, and even if they do touch it, we have a backup strategy that works very well. It's kind of like it's my mentality when we used to do the Sabir CM exploit all the time. I
did it without it.
Yeah. The fact that we can easily do it without means I really don't care if we do this exploit because we can just go back to what we were doing. Same thing with Sarah. If we got a full 10 people together and like camped on the edge and did that strat where nobody gets poured in, we just camp on the edge and have the DPS to make the check with 2 SAKs at the end, then we'll be good.
Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break before I do fractals.
Alright, man, see you.
Thank you both.
Oh, sorry, the dog was whining. And
Like I know once we get to Su-1 progression, a lot of us have already cleared it, so it's just gonna be waiting for everybody to get exposure that hasn't seen it. But
yeah, I mean, just really prioritizing safety, even if our damage is low.
exactly,
It's easy.
like I had to tell the other group, like there's so much safe space during claw slap. Like if you don't know where to go, just run really far away. Like whatever you do, don't go into the orange cone. Like everywhere else is fine.
Alright, give me a moment. Sorry. Alright, that'll do it for us. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.